I'm Jimmy Corsini. Not sure how many of you Facebookers are aware of Bob Dylan being in the news recently when he was honored with the Nobel Prize for Literature. In other news, Gerald Ford found dead today at 72. He was mauled and eaten alive by mountain lions, and apparently he was delicious. But actually, Bob Dylan was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature, and I forgot what exactly the story was there. So when I went to type it up, I couldn't remember if he was abducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or what. But apparently, he's still in the news. Not sure if he's accepting this great honor or what's going on there. But I thought this would be a good time for me to unleash on the Facebook community the Bob Dylan poem and impression that I came up with about 3 years ago, right around the time of our conflict with Saddam and the Iraqis, and also when the Giants were in the Super Bowl with Eli Manning. So it was a little tough for me. You'll have to bear with my Bob Dylan impression. It was tough for me to think. He keeps reinventing himself. There's so many Bob Dylan's to choose from, and would this be impression based on the time out of mind Bob Dylan, or the love and theft Bob Dylan, or even the desire Bob Dylan? But no, this is going back to some of my favorite classic Dylan albums: Highway 61 Revisited, Blood on the Tracks, and Bringing It All Back Home. So without further ado, and I'm just doing all this while I'm waiting for the water to boil while I make some spaghetti dinner. So you'll have to bear with me if I'm reading this off of a website and my computer is rather slow in case it times out. Well, I sat down on the couch with some chocolate milk, but I spilled the milk a bit and it started to drip. So I took a sip of the milk and quietly had a fit. Got a sponge to wash it out with some soap and water. When in walked my daughter with some guy named Roger. So I decided not to bother with the soap and water. She said she had to talk to me 'cause I'm her father. Even if her mama raised her, I was the one that taught her. Went down to the beach to try and stretch my feet. A seagull swooped down to steal a piece of me. I tried to beat him with my fleece, but he was out of reach. He flew off with a screech once I called the police. He was as light as a sheet and as white as bleach. Was watching a DVD, but I had to pause it. I had to run to the bank to make a big deposit. I think a friend of mine is gay, but he's in the closet. Either way, it's safe to say that he's an alcoholic. He's got no sense in his head and nothing in his wallet. Oh, the Giants are looking good this year. They beat the Cowboys and the Dolphins, and they played without fear. They got a driver who can steer and cheerleaders who can cheer. I think their day under the sun is finally here. Eli Manning will be tanning, or at least so I hear. Nowadays, people are crazy about them high-tech phones. Load up on your gizmos and gadgets before you leave the home. Blackberries, Raspberries, Bluetooth headsets, Androids, hemorrhoids, TVs in the headrests, tripods, iPods, iPads, and tampons, GPS, Easy Pass, and other things you stamp on, trombones, tom-toms, satellites, and snow cones, iPhones, touchscreens, and other kind of smartphones. I think some young punks are trying to play a joke on me. They ring my doorbell late at night, and they turn around and flee. If you want to know the truth, I think they're stalking me. They even peek over the stalls when I try to take a pee. I get prank calls on the phone, and I'm too scared to drink my tea, just in case one of them tries to poison me. Being a born-again Christian just feels so lame. I try to pray to my God, but it just isn't the same. Everybody turns to you when they need somebody to blame. I'm not a prophet or a poet or a preacher or a brain. I'm just a man on the move, and a picture in a frame. Bobby Dylan is my name, and making music is my game. Well, that's about it for the Bob Dylan there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to leave me your comments, and I'll keep working on it. Until next time.